Welcome back to Central Valley Business. I am Mike Briggs, sitting in for Mike Scott today, who will be back next week because he is visiting China this week. So good for him. Our next guest is Kong He. Welcome, Kong.
Nice to meet you, Mike. Thank you for having me here.
You have a fascinating business. You do a bunch of things, including what?
Including photo editing. My company is D-Zone Media, and I started back in 2009, but I just did it on the side. Recently, I want to revamp my website, and I'm focusing on photo editing, photo restoration. You know, a lot of the elders, a lot of people have old photos that they want to keep away, and they're holding on to it so preciously, you know. So
well, let's look at a couple as an example to see, so people can see what we're talking about. Here's two photos.
Right, yeah, and this photo was very small. It's probably about like 2 inch by 2 inch, and I blew it up. I made it larger, and also I enhanced it.
Oh, you blew it up.
Yeah, and I enhanced it. So
yeah, you can see the enhancements.
Right,
incredible.
More
from left to
details. Right. When it comes to a photo, it all depends on how much time you put in it. You know, the more effort, the more time you put in it, the more the results you're going to get. So I spend an average of about 2 or 3 hours on each photo.
Well, this other one is neat because you can see the cracks and stuff in the photo.
Yeah, today's technology has advanced to a point where we can clean up these tears, dents, and damaged photos and repair them back to its good condition state. So
now, and how are you using Photoshop or?
Yeah, I'm using Photoshop. And they have a lot of tools in it where you can go in and just make adjustments to it. And some of them, it takes kind of an eye to kind of see. Yeah.
But I can see little lines and cracks. You can take hours to replacing that. Replacing that.
Right.
Now, if somebody wants to has a photo and they want it restored or preserved, I mean, we should get them all digitized anyway. I would imagine.
Well, I would. I prefer to have them scan it and send it to me, or they can mail it to me, however they prefer. But once you have it digitized, I can go in and
get
edit
to work on it.
And there's more than just photo restoration. I also do a photo. I could color it too. Color it. If you wanted to, these days people feel like they're a little bit big or small. They want to adjust their a little bit. I can do that too.
Thin them up just a little.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Or take out a little, blemish or something.
So all that is done through photo editing.
Every year at Christmas time, we had Valentine's Day last week. I never know what to give my mom and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, if I got out an old photo that was damaged and destroyed and faded, and had you prepare that, make it bigger and present it, that would be a wonderful gift, a unique gift.
That would be a very, it's about preserving memories and giving it as a gift, restoration, renewing. That's really good.
Now your website looks more like it's not just a local website. People from all over the country or all over the world can access your website.
Yeah, with websites, it can be accessed from anywhere. So when you have a website, you're basically, you're pretty much a global business. It's just as long as you can, deliver the work to that customer.
Well, tell them the website address.
Sure, my website is dzonemedia.com, and on there, it's I do printing, graphic design, web design, video production, all that stuff. But for now, right now, I'm kind of focusing on my photo editing restoration service right now.
Restoration. Well, there's not a million people doing it, and it's something that needs to be done.
Yeah, it's a highly demanded industry with these days with social media and the digital world. It's a lot of people are just demanding this service.
Now, I put the web address on the screen, dzonemedia.com. And is that where they should start, or should they call you first? Or?
They can start there to look at some of my work on there that I posted up for photo editing. And if they're interested, they want to know how much I charge, they can call the phone number there, or there's also a price request. They can go in there and request a price. It will be sent to the email.
Now the one you enhance, I recognize that place, by the way. It looks like Laos to me.
It is, it is Laos,
And this picture was not a great photo to start with. It looks faded or not real sharp
faded
contrast.
And, the software can enhance it as much as it can, but then there's that extra step that you have to go into and make it more detailed, and that's through experiences. That's the difference between somebody who just who can just use the software, but between somebody who's got a lot of experience with it. So.
And like I say, this one just, at home, they could see it better than we could see it here, but you actually see cracks and lines in the
Yeah,
photo
cracks.
that you don't want, and the finished product is just
Yeah,
fantastic.
and a lot of pictures they get discolorized over the years, and we can restore that too.
Okay, so for photo restoration, got an expert here. You can try it yourself, but it is hard. I've spent hours on one, then all of a sudden I make a mistake and I
Right.
didn't save it, and I just give up and walk
Yeah,
away.
you'd be surprised how the hours go by when you work on one of these photos. You think, oh, it's simple, maybe
Yeah.
just a couple clicks in there, we're
Yeah.
done. But once you start working on it, you look at time, like 2 or 3 hours go by. So
The more hours you spend, the better it gets.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, let's contact Congher. Tell him your phone number.
my phone number, you can reach the number on the screen there is 1-800-964-1437. And feel free to check out my website. I do more than just photo restorations, websites, graphic design. I also do printing. I'm actually in the process of revamping my website right now, so as I go along, more things will be added onto it.
Yeah, keep checking out the website, which is dzonemedia.com.
Right.
DEZONE
DEZONE, yeah.
media.com. Anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for being.
Just
for
reach
inviting
Kong
me to
Lee,
your show.
man.
Yeah.
Let's fix your photos. Get a hold of Kong
Right.
Lee. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.